It was interesting that there was a woman that came to our booth here when we were getting set up, ready to go, and she was saying, "Oh, I've seen a couple of your podcasts and really like them." Said, "You have to get more politicians on and corner them," or I forget how she said it. "You got to really stick it to them." She said, "You'll have so many listeners." I don't think that's our goal.
To have many listeners?
Well, to have many listeners, yes, but it's like, I guess, if you did that, people wouldn't come on and see us, right? People would feel, I don't want to go on, or else we're going to get it. I'm going to get a gotcha kind of moment, right?
Well, I want to be able to achieve that interest level without being the gotcha and clickbaitish of how you treat the interview after you do the interview. Mm-hmm. And I want us to have the reputation that we're going to ask sometimes hard questions, but give somebody an opportunity to explain themselves and not just try to cancel them, not to make them look bad and not just pound into it, but give them an honest opportunity to articulate their side, but while still being able to put them in the corner in an uncomfortable position to explain themselves.
Do you think things have changed? Like, I've found over the last little while, and maybe because the resources have been pulled out of all the different media outlets locally, and please, I hope that doesn't come across the wrong way to the media outlets that are listening to us. I just know that they don't have the same resources. Like, I remember when I worked at Rogers, so we had 40-something employees. In our newsroom, there had to be about, I would say there's close to 10 people in that newsroom. I don't think... nobody has 10 people in the newsroom anymore.
Nobody.
How many people did you have in the newsroom when you were at the Nugget?
Well, when I got there, we had 21 people with managers and reporters. They had a high peak of 36, I think, 38 at one point. Yeah.
So today, what is it? It's Greg and Jennifer, right? Anybody else?
Rocco.
Oh, Rocco does
stuff? He
for?
works for them as far as the federally funded program where they share news with the other outlets. So he covers the South. Powassan, South River, and a few other things. Mm-hmm. A Bay to Day's employee like that, David Briggs, he covers Mattawa, West Nipissing, and School Board. And then whatever David does, the Nugget and other outlets can use it, and whatever Rocco does, Bay to Day can use it.
Because you monitor it really close. So in this sharing economy that we're hoping that we can be part of and help grow, is the sharing economy, when it comes to that type of journalism, working? Are they sharing David's stories, or is David stuck? I shouldn't say stuck. Is David strictly with Bay Today, or do other outlets use David's stories?
Oh no, any outlet that's involved with this program, the local, can't remember what the acronym is, but local investigative journalism or something like that. LJI, yeah. So anybody involved with the LJI program, any outlet, they can use each other's stuff. So the Star was, I was that guy for the Bay Today for about 6 months. Mm-hmm. When I was doing stories about West Nipissing and their council being totally in disarray, or Mattawa having some investigative, the Toronto Star is picking up all those stories, and any other paper. So yeah, they sharing economy. Well, that was just a forced thing through the federal government program, right? But I think that is the way. A little bit more use of each other's content. That's going to have to be the way if they're not going to have enough journalists to create their own content. So they're going to have to make deals and work with people like ourselves, and we're going to be working with them. I think that's the way it's going to go.
What should we be covering in the next little bit? Who would we like to get in here besides the mayor?
Besides the mayor?
Yeah. Well, we're just going to keep putting that out there, see if the mayor...
Well, I'd really like to have Erica Lougheed on and have her talk about the school board stuff, because it doesn't seem right there.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I'd like to see her on.
Have we asked her?
Well, I sent her an email and I said she can come on and talk about the school board or the Chippewa renaming or Amelia Rising, where she's the director there, executive. And I didn't get a response, so I didn't know whether she got it or not.
Okay.
But I haven't...
We'll keep trying though, right?
Yeah, I'm going to keep trying. And then there's other people like that too.
Yeah. Those are kind of like some of the interesting little meaty things like that are going on. But what are some of the things that we would like to sort of like peel back the onion on that we haven't had a chance to in the last little while when it comes to, I don't know if it's the development of the city or the economy or maybe economic development. Why is it like, so we hear the narrative about, the city's open for business and come here and this is a beautiful place to work and that. But I would love to know, like, what is it that drives like a decent sized business, right, to come here, say, we're going to move our shop here and this is where we're going to, plant our flag? Because that must be that type of thing that economic development does in the city. That would take, I would think, years to make things like that come to fruition. But because they're always cloaked in secrecy, but it's confidentiality, right? So if someone comes to them and they can't share that information with anyone because it's confidential, and that's part of the agreement they sign with these different businesses, right? So it's hard to know what's going on.
I guess, just to wrap it up, I'd say what we should be doing is nibbling around the edges of these issues, and if we can't get the official people to explain them, talk to the people that are on the peripheral. For example, for economic development, one of the big issues they have is the labor force. Huge. Labor force is huge. If no companies come in here until they know there's a labor force that's trained and ready and willing to work, right? Same for the other thing they look at is taxes and the water bills and land, right? So it's pretty basic. So if you break them all down into those different issues, I think we can do a job that way.